Not showing up. Okay, guys, I'm back. Now I have to put everything back in the studio again, in my YouTube studio. You guys want to watch that? If I can find the live, it was not showing up. There it is. So I just have to edit it. I want to put my description in. Custom cutouts. Okay. Now I can pull it up on the screen and I can see my chats. Hey, Connie. Okay. Let's see here how much better that is. Good evening, Jamie. Hey, Miss Kay. Yeah, definitely going to be better. It's going to be able to see more. But that's okay. I appreciate you stopping by. Okay. So I just got to figure out the perfect angle here. I was going to put you guys over my shoulder, but, and this is uneven right here. I apologize. Let's see what we can do here. Hey, Miss Ford. Thanks for coming back. It's crazy to me that I cannot get you guys any closer than this. Thanks for jumping back on here. So we're going to work on Canva. Can you guys see that okay? Let me give you guys a minute. I'll have to jump back and forth to be able to read. This is the only place I can read the chats because I can't see my phone. And my Echo, I've got it playing on my Echo, but you know what? That light ring is going to be an issue. I can see that already. Thank you, Carol. I'm glad you're back. It's not making any difference either. Oh, this is very delayed. Okay. Yes, that's going to give me a better view. Okay. Hi, it's Tasha. Welcome. Hey, TJ. Hi, it's Tasha. Welcome. Oh my gosh, guys. Sorry. Yes, I watched use the free version right now. So as you can see, there's my chats and I can't see them when I go over here. So y'all have to be patient. because I don't have anywhere else. Sylvia, thank you for coming back. I have it up on my Echo so I can see if you guys can see everything, but okay, that looks like it's pretty clear. It's clear on my Echo, so I hope it's clear for you guys. So I just create a design and I just use Resume because it's 8.5 by 11. Let me jump over there. You guys can see. I don't have an iPad. Isn't that weird? I have an Amazon tablet and it will not let you do anything but Amazon stuff on it. It's really weird. Got it. Okay, good, good, good. Okay. All right, I'm jumping back over there. So, whoops, that's the wrong one. There's my Untitled design. So I just go over to elements. So you got templates, elements, uploads, text, background, and more, whatever that is. I don't really use that very often. So whatever you're looking for, I'm going to look for a volleyball. I just have that on my mind because me and Connie talked about it. So volleyball, I'm just going to type that in. And you see, you get all this different stuff. I want to go to graphics. Graphics is just going to get me more simple designs. So that's a good one, except see how thin those are? I really prefer a thicker one, and they do have one if they still have it. And I think it's blue on here. But sometimes you really have to scroll down to find what you're looking for. And if you see those, that's the pro, that's the ones you have to pay for. That's the ones Connie's talking about. Okay, here it is, and it's not. There is a blue one, but that's the one I want. You see how thick those lines are? That's going to cut so much easier, you guys. Now, Design Space has volleyballs too, so you don't have to use Canva for this, but if you're looking for a little bit different images than what's available on your, whatever Design Space or Silhouette or whatever you're using, I used Canva a lot when I was using my Scan and Cut because they didn't have any images. They had a few, but it was really pitiful. Okay, let me get on here real quick. No, and my Echo won't show the chat. So usually I'm either looking at my phone or my computer, and since they're both being used right now, I can't remember it's not a Fire. I bought it really just for reading Kindle books, but it will not let you upload any apps that are not Amazon. It's really weird. Okay, so I just you don't want to do anything else to this, and I like making it as big as possible. This does not mean this is how big you're going to cut it out. I just like making it as big as possible because it's going to be easier for you to upload it in Design Space or wherever else you're doing it. So, share, download, and I always save it as the smallest file, the JPEG, I think is what you call it. I'm not technical, y'all. So I just save it as the smallest thing. I never had any issues. I could have renamed it. I'm sorry, I forgot to show y'all. You can rename them right here. You can click on that before you save and type it in. So it saved it as Untitled. Is everybody with me? Let's see. Yes, TJ, that's the one I'm talking about. And I'm still not happy with it. I've had 2 Amazon devices for reading, and I've not been happy with either of them. I'm going to save up until I can buy me a good iPad, and then I'll just read off that. Let's see. Okay, so I've already opened Cricut, so I don't have to worry about waiting for it to upload. So here's Cricut Design Space if you're not familiar with that. I want to go to, so you can go to New Project or My Projects. I usually just click on New. Why isn't it opening? Okay. Now I'm going to go down here to Upload Image. browse, and I'm going to type in Untitled because I know that's Untitled. It's going to be, it should be one of the last ones. There it is. This is simple, moderately complex, and complex. This should be simple. Continue. I hope I'm not going too fast, am I, guys? I feel the same way, TJ. Okay, let me go back to Cricut. Sorry, y'all. Okay, remove background. So this did perfectly. If you can see, all that was removed. All that's showing now is the volleyball. You have options for erasing. If there was some kind of, if there was like a line down here or something that had transferred, you could click erase and then you could go over and erase it. I'm just learning these things as I go. Cut image and then upload. And there it is. So I can click on it and add to canvas. See how ginormous it is. You could save it smaller if you're confident that it will be easy to upload. Yeah, it's still 8. Let's get something, let's do like 5.5. And you can do it there too. It's not a perfect circle either, pretty close. So if you want to offset, now you see what it's doing. Let me cancel that. Let me move it over so when I press offset, you guys can see this. And you can offset more or less by dragging this. And you can also do curved or where it's more, this one's round, so it's not going to be, well, it might change it. Let me see. No, that doesn't change anything on this one. Okay, so you see, we offset it a good amount, but it still has all these pieces that are going to be cut out. You see that? So you would have to offset it again. And I'm going to change that color to, let's do yellow. I'm going to do these in bright colors so you guys can see. So you could do 3 layers like this, but if you were just wanting to do 2 layers, so you could just delete that one, and then you could, if that's bigger than you want, you could make it a little bit smaller. And then, just keep doing that till you get it the perfect size. Or another option for these balls is to go to shapes. These are free. The shapes are, and just do a circle. And then you can put you see what it's doing? It's going behind the circle. So if you just go over here and go like that, now your volleyball will go on top. And then you could adjust the size of your volleyball or your circle. And then you could just cut out those 2 shapes. So it's just whatever method you want to use. But if you're doing any kind of ball, like round ball, you don't have to offset it. You can just cut a circle that's a little bit bigger than it. Let me see what y'all are talking about here. Hey, Andrina, how are you? Okay. Oh, she doesn't like Cricut. She's going to be off here fast. So you guys just, this is very simple, and you could find images in here as well. They have so many, it's hard. Like, look how thin that is. But these are like completely different volleyballs, so you're going to get a completely different look. I see how that one's completely different. So again, you can offset, but it's going to do the same thing. It's going to give you those, it's going to give you those cutouts. So you can just do a circle. I'm just going to duplicate the circle. Delete that. Again, see that's going beneath or under that, so I'm just going to go like that. And then however much you want to, and you could do it the same exact size if you wanted to. If you didn't want it coming off at all, you just wanted it underneath, you could do that. So that's, you know, doing balls is very, very easy. And then to make it, we'll go through the process without actually cutting it. Any material, which size mat, continue. You see the balls would cut out on one mat, and then the circles would cut out on, well, the same mat or different mat, but different colors. So it already automatically lets you cut out on different colors. And if you decide you don't want to cut both of these at the same time, you're wanting this one a different color, okay, it's not, there we go. You would just click on here and you could say move, or you could say hide. Does that make sense? I've actually gotten on Silhouette a little bit and played around, but not done too much with it. Yes, yes, you can group them. I should have shown that. Hold on. You can just go like that and regroup the whole thing. Now it's still separate. And let's see, Connie asked about splicing, and I'm trying to remember what I did. Okay, let me pull up text. And come on. I'm just going to type in that. And I am going to, they've changed this up a little bit. Let's go with Jamie's favorite, Cloud 9. Oh, it's not going to show it because I don't know what that means, but it drives me crazy. Okay. So again, I'm going to do that. Splice. Now it's going to show, look at that. So now it's cut into the circle. So when I did those graduation caps where I put in grad or 2023 or whatever, this is how I did it. And if you're not using these, just delete them. But now you've got the writing in the design. But when you cut these out, you see that little piece and that little piece, you have to hang on to those so you can glue those back on. Let's see, what else can I show you? I'm trying to show you everything I can think of that would help you. I just did the splicing. Sometimes I do the weld too, but I'm trying to remember what. There's contour down here, and you could take out, that would just take out those little pieces. I don't know why you'd want to do that, but you see what it does. You could actually take out the hay, and you're back to just a circle. But I have played around with all of these. Here we go again. Let's see what welding does. It just, yeah, they're just one big piece now. Hey, when it does that. Now I spliced that together. Now look at that. I don't know why you'd want to do that, but this just shows you what you can do. I will tell you what I really, really hate is like when I try to get out or start something new, it won't let me. It wants you to save it, so I just have to like delete everything unless I don't know something. How do you shadow letters? Oh, yeah, yeah, okay. Yeah. So let's do, did I spell it right? Okay. That's a weird one to do in caps. But they have to be touching before you can weld them together or it still doesn't work, right? And okay. So you can go like this to try to get them to touch. The only problem is there's always one, you see it right there, it doesn't want to touch. Let's go ahead and weld it together and see what it does. Yeah, it's still gonna cut where that's not touching is the problem. See how much I have to squeeze it together. But if you do this and you weld it together, when you cut it, you can, I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me enlarge that big time. When you weld it together, there's no separation. It's no layered look anymore. These are all one piece together now. There was a line on there before. Let me see if I can show you. Nope. Okay. You can see where they're smashed on top of each other, and there's the line for the O, there's the line for the M. Now when I weld it together, they all become one piece. And when you cut it out, it's going to cut out like this as one big piece. But when you're weeding that, you have to be so careful because like right here, or right here, that's just a little teeny tiny piece that's connecting it. So you really want to be very, very careful when you're weeding something like this. Now you can offset that as well. And again, you want to go big, you want to go smaller. I don't see much of a difference there. That too much, you're going to get the little spaces. But if you're wanting to offset it twice, that can be a good idea. Make it really narrow like this. So you're going to have two layers of like cardstock, glitter cardstock. And then you can go back and offset it one more time if you want 3 layers. On this one, I'm trying to make sure that there's no spaces in between. I hate when it does that. Let me, there. So you would have 3 layers and it would end up looking like this. And if you don't like that, you can start over. I'm trying to get it to highlight the whole thing. There we go. It was only highlighting the top one, not the bottom one there. If you wanted that a little bit bigger, that may be about the same I did a while ago. I mean, you can keep offsetting these too and make multiple layers if you wanted to. Hello, Mr. Leon. How are you? What blade do you use for thick cardstock? Like the glitter cardstock, I use my regular blade. I don't use any special blade on mine. I just use the regular blade. Um, I don't like using that really chunky glitter cardstock, and I don't even know if you can, yeah, you can still get it. You can still get it. I saw it at Hobby Lobby. Um, it's got the really thick glitter on it. It's got like sequins on it. And I used to use it on my Scan and Cut, but it would get in everything and it would get all in the blade, in the housing for the blade, and um, it gets all in the machine. And I tried it once on my Cricut and it just like made this huge mess. It ruined the mat and I just like never again. I'm not using that chunky glitter anymore. I'll use the regular glitter and then like the shimmers and stuff, but I'm not using that chunky glitter anymore. It's just too hard on it. Okay, let's go back to Canva. Maybe you want to use, and I'm going to delete that, go back to Canva. Again, I like doing resume just because it's letter size. Text, so text right here, add a heading, and then you could do, we'll do Connie's name. So you want to do someone's name and you want to use a special, some different font. Okay, so this is a fun font you could use. That one's really cursive, so I don't like using that for for somebody's name. I'm trying to think what other fonts. I've got a little cheat sheet here somewhere. Favorite Canva fonts. And I did do a post a while back, it's been a few weeks ago, where I put a list of all these that I like to use. Luckiest Guy, let's try that one. If you know the name, you can put in. See, it's a little nice, chunky, fat one if you're trying to cut custom cutouts. Now, if you don't know and you just want to search, just click through these and you've got handwriting, there's headings, so this is going to be like heavier ones. They've got tons and tons of fonts. I mean, I had to start writing them down because I could not remember which ones I liked and which ones I didn't. Some of those you would not be able to use for a custom cutout or even stickers. It would be horrible for stickers. And just scroll, scroll, scroll. I used this one some last year, Oleo script. Lobster 2, I used that one as well. So if any of these are looking familiar, let's see. Last year's Moms, this is where I got almost all the fonts. This is where I used, I'm pretty sure I used pretty much all Canva fonts last year on the Moms. So if you're wondering where they came from, and again, I did that, there's a Jeepers. Oh, this racing, I used that one a lot, especially on guys for stickers. Let's see. There's lobster, that's just regular lobster. There's a sports one. There's one, I don't remember what it's called exactly, but I type in sports world. So that's a good one for guys too, for stickers. or for the name of the school. If you want to make it even bigger, you can turn it this way. The only reason why you'd need to make it bigger is if you just want to make sure that when you're uploading it, that it can read between all these little fine spaces. But there are so many. Magnolia, I used that one as well. Those can be really difficult with stickers because they curl like that. Yes, you do. So I'm trying to show these fonts, these Canva fonts. I don't know if I used that one. You see, there's several of them that have that little like that. Some of those, they just don't, if they're real curvy like that and you're trying to make your own stickers, you're going to regret it. There were some that I did and I was like, what am I thinking? They're too thin. It's just too hard on vinyl. Especially if you're like doing them individually, if you're pulling the letters off individually and putting them on a like a loop chain or something. If you're using transfer tape and putting it on a ribbon, then you're probably okay. But I'm thinking of like the ones, the big ones where I would put their name on a loop chain or something like that, where I'd have to individually peel off the number or the letter and put it on the ribbon or the chain, and so that made a huge difference. I'm not seeing all these fonts that I used. But there's so, I mean, look here, there's so many, and you don't even have to click those. You can just sit here and scroll through them, and there are tons and tons and tons. So you definitely, if you find one you like, you want to write it down somewhere. And see how curly that is. I even did some with that one, but that was kind of a regret too, with like how that C does. But if you're doing like a custom cutout, which is like their initial, for a lot of the like minis or real tiny ones, I would do just their first initial. I had a couple that were E's, and I did that E right there, and it was so cute in a custom cutout. See how curly that is? It was adorable. And that is Aprila. It's April with an A at the end, bold. So let's say we want to let's just do the E. Well, no, I want to show you guys how to do how to upload a name. So let me go back and find something decent. I even did some stickers in that one, and that one was not fun either. Okay, let me remember. That's a nice, normal, fun font. It's nothing spectacular or anything. And then you don't have to do, you can do it in small letters as well. Now the thing about Canva too, you can go ahead and weld your name together. No, it's not that. Hold on. I just have to remember which one it is. They're always changing it. Okay, it's this one right here. So the up and down arrow. So you've got letter spacing, and then you've got line spacing. So you see they're all touching now. Well, the C is not quite touching. Hold on. That's not a very good font to do that with. Now you can see it's all smushed together. Let's try again. Now they're all touching. But you might decide that's too close together and you don't like the way it looks. For some reason, the first initial, there's always a bigger space between it. Let's go back to where it was. See how there's a big space, a big gap, and those are all touching. So what you can do, let's duplicate it. You just click that. There's delete and there's duplicate. And I am going to take off the C on that one. And on this one, I'm going to take off everything else. I hope that's easier to see. And I think you can group these together. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, group together. I don't hardly use this stuff anymore, so I can't remember what you can do and what you can't do. Oh well. We'll just do it like that. And you see it named it Connie. So again, I'm going to download. You can watch it save and then it brings it up over here. Yes, Jamie, me too. Thank you, Connie. Okay, let's pull up Cricut again. So we're going to go to upload, browse. Now I'm on a MacBook, so I know it's different for everybody, whatever computer you're using. There she is. I'm just going to say moderately complex. Continue. Remove background. And it successfully removed everything. So apply and continue. This is print then cut, and this is cut. Now I'm going to upload it. Add to canvas. And it brought it up welded together, so that worked. Now the thing is, like, the edges are not perfect, so let me see if I save it better, if it looks better. Hold on. So I'm going to save it as a PNG and see if it does any better. That will be a good thing for me to know as well. No, it's still like the letters aren't perfect. So when it cuts, like, I don't know if you guys can see that or not. You see that line is not perfect. It's almost like cut in there. And that could be actually when I upload it as well. It could be cutting that off when I remove background. I'm going to try complex this time. Remove background. I'm still learning something new all the time when I use this thing. I'm learning new stuff all the time. It's still a little bumpy around the edges, but I think that was a little bit better. It's hard to say. So when you save them from Canva and bring them up, you know, sometimes they're not perfect. The words aren't perfect. And when the custom cutout cuts out, it is not going to be that straight line. There's going to be like bumps in it. I don't know if saving it as a PDF would help. You can't do that unless you can't do that on the free version. It's just not as smooth, if that makes sense. But you can still offset it. And if you're going to offset it again, you want to make sure you're clicking on the green one. And you know you're on the green one because that's green right there. Because you don't want to offset the first layer. You want to offset the layer you just made for the third one. Ooh, those are bright. Actually, I left a little sliver there on that blue one. There, you see the blue, so I know that's the blue layer. I'm going to delete that. Click on that green one again, offset it again, just a hair more. Part of the problem is this is covering it up and I can't see it. Okay, that's solid now. So that's what that would look like. But like I said, it's not perfect if you're using the Canva. It seems like I had that issue on my scan and cut too, like when I would bring them from Canva. Some of them would not be perfect like that. I don't know why. Maybe somebody can tell me how to smooth out the edges. Yeah, yeah, I can't figure that out either. But you've got a lot of fonts on there, Connie, that you can use on Cricut. I know that one's really pretty. That's one of my favorite Canva fonts right there. The stars and something. No, I don't want to connect. No, I've also got, TJ knows what it is, but I can't think of what it's called. What is that place, TJ? Got all the fonts and designs that I purchased recently. Creative Fabrica. Now I've got a lot of fonts from there. And after I download them, they now show up on here. So I have even more fonts, but it does cost money, like everything else. Actually, if I go to bookmark, I bookmarked most of them. Some of the ones I bookmarked are actually Cricut ones too, but I'm trying to remember which ones were really fun. There's Summer Creative. That would be good for stickers. So that's one of the reasons why I bookmarked that one, because I think that one will make some fun stickers. This one is called Santa. That one's a pretty complicated there. Let's see. The romantic something. Oh, there's a heart. See how pretty that is. That would be pretty for stickers if you have transfer tape and you can put it on. Urban Freedom. Behind. I need to go through and get some more fonts, but this is what I've got right now. This is black ink, so it's like tattoo ink or font. Christmas Bright. That one's called Darling. Look how pretty that is. I like the little hearts on the eyes, though. I think those are cute. This one has paw prints in it. I love that. When I found that, I was so excited because anybody with paw prints, if you can do like their year or something with a paw print, I think that will be a lot of fun. Ooh, that one came out gigantic. I think that one will be fun for stickers. Dadgummit. The all caps. I like to do different kinds of fonts for my stickers, y'all. Okay, I use Wordmark. Oh, okay. With paw prints. We know you meant paw. That one is, let me go back and find that one again. That is not, that's one of the ones I purchased. Where did it go? Was it? Oh, good grief. I hate when it does that. Okay. This is what it's like for me when I'm on here. I'm like, okay, what am I doing? And I probably just missed it. Okay, it is Paw Wow Block, and then there's Paw Wow Outline. So that's the outline one right there. But those are on Creative FABRICA. I just bought like a monthly plan so I can just use whatever I want. Or you can go in, I think you can just buy fonts too. Oh, I know what I want to show you guys. Let's see. So again, here's how you offset. If you're trying to have any inside these little holes, then you've got to make it pretty big sometimes because, let's see, so that's as small as I can make it. That would be not very much fun because then you would have these fine pieces that you would have to glue over. That would be a pain, y'all. Let me find. See if I can find a simple megaphone. I don't know if I have any saved. That's not what I want. Sometimes they have so many of something though, it's hard to find anything. Okay, I just want a simple megaphone. It helps if you pull the screen all the way up. Okay, so let's say I want to put cheer on there or somebody's name. Let's do TJ, and I'm changing that stupid font. like that either. Oh, that's pretty. We'll do that one. Let's do like a yellow so you guys can see it. So what you can do is decide, you know, how big you want it. How big do you want to make sure this is how big you want that, this is how big you want this. And what you can do is you can make it and you can cut them out for any material. Continue. And you can cut out your megaphone, and then on your second go, you can cut out TJ and something else. And then you can glue the TJ on top of the megaphone. That is going to be probably the easiest. It might seem like it'd be easier to weld these together or splice these together, but honestly, it's not, because you have to glue in these pieces afterwards, and you have to get them in there perfectly for it to look good. But you might, you might want to weld it, and maybe you want that to be kind of sideways or something, or maybe you want it over here. You can decide all that. But if you do want to splice it, then we're just going to go like this, and we're going to splice. That didn't work. Why didn't it work? Yeah, it did. Throws me off sometimes. I just delete those pieces, and this is all one piece now. But when you cut it, you're going to have that piece and that piece that you're going to have to glue in there, and you're going to have to try and make it. This one's going to be the difficult one. This one would not be that hard, but you need to hold on to that. Make sure you don't lose that when you're weeding your cardstock, and then you have to re-glue that little bitty piece on there. So you just have to decide what look do you want, and then but you may want it to where it looks like it's, it's cut out into the paper. And then, oops, I meant to say okay. So maybe you want it to look like that, and where it's cut in to this black layer, and that looks really neat. But just keep in mind, you will have to save these two pieces and glue them on there as perfectly as you can. Now let's see if we can go back. Okay, so now if you want to do it the other way, you can offset that. Dadgummit, I keep forgetting to say apply. Make that yellow. Now you can cut these two layers out. You can cut this out and attach that on top. And to do that, you would say make it again for any material. Choose your mat size, continue. Now on this one, the black piece is going to cut, and then the yellow, the offset piece, and then the TJ is going to cut out. So you would have 3 layers to attach. My thing keeps moving. Okay. So does that make sense on the different ways that you can do it? You don't have to do it all the same way, and you'll get a little bit different look if you do them, do one this way and then the other one you splice. But just keep in mind, I mean, it's just up to you. You're still going to have to glue this piece onto that one, or these 2 letters onto that one. So it just, whatever is easier for you. Now, sometimes you can find a font where, let's say you're going to put cheer in there. Oops. Sometimes you can find a font that is all connected but open, so you don't have all those little pieces. And I can't think of one offhand that does that. Not that one. I'm on live. You see that one? You got that little piece. I did do some, but I can't remember what font I used. I did some megaphones and they're on my Etsy shop, but I can't remember the font names. I'm sure it's one of them that I saved. This is called Pumpkin. This is also from Creative Fabrica, and it's so cute. But see how the E's are all like that? That one's called Bayland. That, if you cut out something really fine like that, you're going to have a heck of a time with glitter cardstock with those little pieces. I'm not saying that you can't, but you may end up ripping it, or it may, when you pull it off the mat, it'll like uncurl and it'll be straight, and you have to like manipulate it to where you want it. Let's see if y'all are chatting. Yes, they don't like those small details. I should still have that. There it is. And these are some of the Cricut fonts that I like. And again, they're on a post, but I cannot remember which ones I used. I should have that saved though, so I don't know why I'm not just going in there and showing y'all that. Let me delete this and go into my projects. Then I can tell you which fonts they were, because they should be saved. There's that graduation cap I was talking about. So all those little pieces I had to save and glue them back on. That's not fun. Same with that one, class of 2022. Here they are. Okay. So that one I did have to save the R's, but that one I ended up finding this font, and I did not have to save any little pieces with this one. So I was so excited. Replace it. And I don't know, because it's all welded together, I guess. Oh man. That stinks. I have no idea what font that is. Wow. Well, I apologize for that, you guys. I have no idea what font I found, because I just kept searching and searching fonts until I found one. You see how that R doesn't connect, so there's no little pieces on this one. Good grief. Jamie, do you know what that one is? Does that look familiar to you? This is what I would recommend. If you have to do somebody's name, try to find a font like this where you don't have to save any little pieces, unless you don't mind doing all that little detailed work. But this will save you some time and frustration for sure. I can't believe I didn't save that or set that or write that down somewhere. Oh my goodness. It could have been any of these. Christmas bright behind Santa. Let's see. I don't think it's that behind. Nothing's coming up. Yeah, I just did that one. It's not that one. No, see, that one wouldn't work either, because that's a separate piece right there. You would have to attach that. I don't remember what the other one was. Nope. I do like these BFC fonts that come on Cricut. There's several different ones. It may be one of these. That one's called Banana Shake. I used that one on some letters on some ribbons. It was cute. See, all those would all be pieces you would have to do separately. Burger and fries is what that one's called. BFC burger and fries. These are like the fun fonts here. The BFC ones. I mean, you got so many options of fonts to do fun stickers and stuff. That one's called Foxy, BFC Foxy. Frosty Winners. Oh, that really looks like a cheer font, doesn't it? It looks like a sports type. But you would have two, you would have this one cut out, and then you would have this outer one. And again, that outer one would be difficult. You may have issues with that, but it might be fun to play with. That one's called BFC Game Bold. Ghoultown. Oh, that one's cute. But again, you got that one. That one's BFC Grow Over. And this is what I did when I was making these. I was seriously just going through all of these. Can you believe I didn't like make notes somewhere saying, hey, this is the font I used so I would remember? That one's Hippie Chick. That one you would have that little bitty piece and then those three pieces. Oh, there's a ghost and spider webs on that one. That's cute. Jolly Santa. Who knows, you guys? This could go on all night long. I know what you guys are saying. Oops, wrong one. Let's get out of that. Oh my gosh, stop. If you go back, it should be project details. Oh, okay. See, I didn't know that. I'm yelling, read the chat. See, I did not know that, y'all. But I'm showing y'all some cute fonts. Okay, where is it? Where is project details? I don't see that. Y'all have to tell me where that is. I don't see that anywhere. Jamie, yell louder because I can't hear you. I knew I should have got off here and checked the chat way before I did. Okay, I don't see that anywhere. Y'all are going to have to tell me where that is. TJ's like, keep me away from the crickets. I don't want it. Yes, I'm leaving seeing the font. Oh, leaving or loving? Go back to my projects, go to the project and click the 3 dots. Okay. Y'all know I'm new at Cricut. I'm learning. I still don't see any details. That still don't tell me anything, Jamie. I still don't see what it's supposed to tell me. Just tells me the name. She's like, I want to keep my silhouette. I know, YouTube does not like me at all. I bring it some money. I don't know why it don't like me. I keep bumping this thing because it's right up against my chair. Miss K. Okay, well, everybody's going to say something different. So I used to have the Scan-A-Cut. Well, I still have it, but it's really old and not working real great. But I enjoyed it for some reasons, and some reasons I hated it. But I'm really liking the Cricut a lot better. Now, TJ has Cameo, Silhouette. She's got different ones, and she'll tell you that's the way to go. So, but I've never used one. I almost see when I got my Scan-A-Cut, I was like, do I get a Cricut? Do I get a Silhouette? Do I get a Scan-A-Cut? And the thing that sold me on the Scan-A-Cut is because you could scan images in. Because back then we did not have Wi-Fi at our house. So doing like all this with Design Space and stuff, that was impossible. So being able to scan an image in and possibly being able to cut it out was what was going to work best for me at the time. Okay. Now I was having fun going through all these fonts and y'all stopped me. I don't know if it's gonna, yeah, it started me all over again. I really thought it was gonna be one of these BFC ones. I know it's not that one. I don't know why I picked that one. That one costs money. So they're showing some that cost money on here too. Oh yeah. Connie, I am bound and determined to get this thing figured out. One day I might have like several different machines all around me. You would think it wouldn't be that hard to find a font where the R is cute like that, or it doesn't connect. And sometimes I even try to look at how they show, but trying to find it is not simple. And it may be one of these that are listed on my sheet, but there's so many listed on there as well. It's hard to figure that out. And I'm pretty sure this was on the one of these Cricut fonts, because I did these before I got on Creative Fabrica, so it's got to be one of the Cricut fonts. I mean, that's cute, but seriously, to save you some time, and I wish I knew which one it was, because so I knew which one to use. There it is. I just found it. Baylac, Baylac. Okay, I'm fixing to write that down. I don't know if I can. Nope. And it is not on there. Look at that. A Cricut cake? What? No, I think because I welded them, the megaphones together, I spliced the word cheer with the megaphone when I saved it, so it's not in different pieces, it's one solid piece. So I think that's why it's just one solid unit now. It's not, you can't go back and, I couldn't go back and resize the font or anything like that because of the way I saved it. What the font to? Yeah, that's how I found the Whataburger font from one of those and found out where I could get one of them. That's how I'm gonna be too, Jamie. I'm gonna be learning new stuff all the time. But and then it helps, you know, when you've got other people that use it and they can tell you stuff too. Oh, really, Miss Carol? Collecting dust. Yeah, so that's the only problem about splicing it together and then saving it like that. If you wanted to go back and make edits, you couldn't. See how it's just one solid unit. But when this cuts, it cuts the megaphone with the cheer in it. Oops. That is the offset of the megaphone, so that's the bottom layer, and then this is the megaphone with the cheer in it. So all I have to do when I cut these, or after I cut it and weed it, this all comes off in one whole piece. Then you just have to weed those little pieces off your mat, but you just have to glue this to the offset piece. There's no little pieces that have to be glued to it. That is so much easier. It's such a time saver. I know it's, you might want to use a different font for something, but if you're trying to save time and make things easier on yourself, try to find a font like this. And it's because that R is not connected right there. So I love these. I was so happy when I found that font and I cut out those megaphones because they were so much easier. And then I saved all those cheer pieces, the cheer letters, because I can use those on somebody else's mug, like on a ribbon or something. I could use those little pieces and glue them to a ribbon or a braid or something and just spell out cheer. So oh, how funny. Okay, Miss Kay, thank you for joining in. Ooh, light, right. So I hope that helped. It wasn't too crazy confusing or anything. But now you guys see why I spend so much time on the computer with this stuff. Just trying to find better fonts and trying to figure out a better way to cut them and everything else. Okay, I'm gonna move you guys. Sorry. Oops, sorry guys. Ugh, that light. Now you guys are like super close up. I don't like that. It won't stay. Okay, guys. All right, here we go. I did not, but that's the same kind of thing with the megaphone. Just do the same kind of thing. I can show you. I can pull up another one. Let's see. Cancel that. I'll just say that. Okay, so let me find a so I just type in graduation cap. Oops. You get over 1,000 results, so that's not fun. I like to find a solid one. That's my favorite. Here's a small one. And some of them have a very thin tassel, and I don't like that either. I just used one earlier today that I really liked, and it was towards the top, and now it's not. I need to bookmark these when I find one I like to do that as well. I don't think that one was it because it's got a thin tassel. Here's the one I used where I put grad down here and whatever I put at the top, I don't remember. but the graduation cap and diploma. So I just bookmarked it so I remember. I can't believe I can't find that other one. It's not that one, it's not that one, it's not that one. That's crazy. That one is real skinny. I don't want them real super long either. That's nuts. Here it is. It's one by Heather Roberts. I need to bookmark that one. Then add to canvas. Ooh, my phone is burning up, you guys. Okay, of course that's way bigger than what you would want, but that's okay. You guys can probably see it better. So again, you would do the font, and I'm going to search that. So we'll do 2023. That's probably something you guys would want to do. I don't know why I did that font. The O is not going to, that was going to be a separate anyway. So just because it works on one doesn't mean it's going to work on another one. So you could go over here and put this down here over in the corner. And then you could do class of or class of right here, or just do the 2023 right there. You could do it anywhere, move it all around. But let's say we want to do that. Splice it together. And now it's all one piece. You would still have to attach that piece after you cut it. You'd have to weed that out and then glue that piece in. But that wouldn't be a big deal. Just one little piece like that, one oval piece is not bad. And then offset it. You could cut two. Oh, that green doesn't show up. Hold on. Cut out two pieces like that. Or two layers, I mean. I can't. I'm over here going like this and it's not working. So that would be a very, very cute one right there. I think I'm going to save that actually. Simple, but it's got the year in it. Does that help, Miss Connie? I hope that helped. I want to see you do some custom cutouts this year. So I did show this at the beginning on the other one that I started, so I don't know if anybody saw it, but I was just decided to do a little senior ring mum this year, just to add to my Etsy shop. I didn't do a senior one, so I did a silver and white one. I did a little graduation cap that I'm gonna glue on here after the glue sets, and then I did a sparkly back. Then I did feathers. I feel like that light is making it difficult to see. I thought it was cute. Thank you, Robin. Yay. Just start out simple. Don't do anything real complicated at first. Monograms still kill me. They stress me out. Oh, thanks, Jamie. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Connie. It's like I didn't do a senior one. And since I did a big gold and white, or a mid-size, I should say, I thought I need a little silver and white one. I sold one of my pre-made ring mums. The red one. And a few orders have been coming in, so it's starting. Homecoming season is here, you guys. It is pretty clean. I cleaned it before I started the live. I had to. I really only had like this much space right here. I had to ship out some stuff, so I had the scale and all that stuff over here that I use for shipping, and you know, my tapes and stuff like that. And then this was all full, so I had to clean everything up. I'm glad I did, since you guys can see it. Now that basket is still all my Watermum stuff that I have left over, and I'm glad that I got a basket out and put like all the ribbons that I was using instead of just leaving them all over the table like I've done in the past. So now I just have to grab the basket and like a store, and I have to put everything back up, you know. So I still need to do that, but for the most part, it's pretty clean over here still. Just wait till September. That's when it really starts. So this was a different live stream. I mean, I did show that football custom cutout on another live, so I was hoping I could get it to where you guys could see the screen. Yeah, it is overrated, I agree. But I don't have the capability of recording my screen. I know some people can do that. I can't do that. That's the best I can do. I did try to do some little videos of me packing up the double mum. I couldn't like set it up to record the whole thing because it would have been in my way, and it was stressful enough. Like I really get stressed out over packing up those big mums. Even the peewee, sometimes I get stressed out, but really the big ones, because you know you have to protect so much, and I'm folding the ribbons over and stuff. So that's really stressful for me. But I did little videos, like I would get part of it, like I showed the box, like how I had it set up before I put the mum in, and so I did a quick video of that, and then like I anchored the head down, and I showed how I did that, and then I showed, you know, just kept showing us the process, like that, you know, like I rolled up a braid, I had something all wrapped up in like tissue and you know stuff like that. So I would just keep showing little videos until I got to the very end and showed what it looked like at the very end, and you know, and then right before I sealed the box, like what all I put in there, what it looked like. So it'll be a short video, but it'll give you an idea of what I go through to box up those things, and like give you some ideas if you ship mums too. I have not tried that yet. What would drive me nuts though is if I didn't get it on there perfectly, and then you wouldn't be able to peel it back off, I wouldn't think. I don't know. Maybe you can. And then I don't, does sticky vinyl stay on glitter cardstock? Does it stick on there or not? I have never tried that. Oh, yeah. Would you like Mod Podge it or something maybe? I don't know. I would get scared that would, get wet and then it would, bleed or something. Connie. Yeah, it does add a lot, and then you've, also got all that other stuff going on. I wouldn't wanna add that on there. Yeah, gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, I have not tried that. But I do like, I've said this many, many times, and this is because I learned this the hard way. For me, after I glue all those pieces together on a custom cutout, I I use my little label, and don't use wax paper, it doesn't work. But this is the part, the shiny part is where I peel the label off, and so nothing sticks to that. But I put my custom cutouts on those, even if I have to like layer a bunch of them out, and then put more on the top, and then I stack books on it. Matter of fact, I've got in my room, I've got several custom cutouts with a stack of books on my dresser because I'm letting the glue set. So I let the glue set overnight. I highly recommend doing that. I have had some that were like before they even picked them up, like they were starting to peel and I had to fix them. And that's when I started realizing to stop just making them and then gluing them on the mum, to actually let the glue set overnight, and not only to let it set, but to stack books on it, to really press them down, really give them a good press, and that way it really sets well. And I have not had any issues since I started doing that. And also, I even see big mum makers doing this where they take it and they glue it on like rounded. And I did that a couple of times and the layers started peeling. You could see like the little corners like start peeling in the layers. So, I mean, but I haven't tried that since I started doing the thing with the books and letting the glue set overnight, so that may make a difference, but it still scares me, because when you manipulate it where it's not flat anymore, it puts pressure on those layers, and so it is a possibility that they could peel apart. So just watch that and be careful of that. You don't want to ship somebody a mum or give them a mum and then their pretty custom cutout starts peeling apart. I don't know if anybody's having issues with that, but I did when I first started. You're welcome, Robin. So please learn from my mistakes on those. And I did on some custom cutouts too. I used to use some of those foam stickers in between, like if I did like 3 layers and I do it in between 2 layers, and that would give it a fun like 3D look. From the side, you can see in there and see those puffy stickers, those foam stickers, but it's not like ugly looking or anything. But that does give it a fun look. But don't just use that sticky. You know how they're two-sided and some of them are round, some of them are square, and you peel off one side and then you peel off the other. Don't trust just that sticky stuff. Again, the layers will come apart. So I would use a real good glue when I would do that. But I even had one, I think I used E6000 glue, and it's still like one started pulling off, and I had to do all kinds of manipulation to try and get it to stay together. It was awful. And I haven't actually used that on any in a while. I don't know why. That's kind of fun on like a paw print or something to give it a 3D look, but still use your good glue if you're doing that. No issues with that because you haven't done any. Did you guys see Connie's live? That was last night, wasn't it? Feels like a year ago. So she did a candy cane braid with a ribbon maker from Amazon, and it worked really, really well. Yeah. So if you guys missed that, go check that out. And if you missed TJ's video where she came up with a new braid, I know a lot of you saw that, but if you still have not seen that, it's so cool. She's calling it a zigzag braid. It is not like a bubblegum braid, it's different. Kind of reminds me of like in between a victory braid and a bubblegum braid, and I don't know, maybe one other thing. And it's really, really neat. I have not tried it yet, but I'm going to. I promise I am. I got an order for a mini and a tiny peewee, and she's a return customer from last year, and I'm really thinking about doing that for his little tiny peewee. I think that'll be fun, so I need to practice it. Yeah, I think so too. And, like, for cake like you said, for cake toppers or cupcake toppers and stuff like that, that would be fun. I kept seeing something go, but I think it was the dog behind me, and it was just reflecting. Yeah, once you start making custom cutouts, you don't wanna stop. It's fun. Well, it's not always fun, but you can just do so much with it, and they do, really upgrade the look of your mums. Um, the problem is so many people are doing them now, that people are expecting them. People are starting to expect them, and I hate that for people that don't have a Cricut or something. People don't understand you have to have this expensive equipment to make them, which is one of the reasons why they're not cheap and why you should not charge cheap for them. I have seen people charge very cheaply for them, and I don't understand that because you've got your wear and tear on your mats, your blade. You bought this expensive, whatever machine you're using. I know the cardstock and glue is not expensive, and it's a lot of work on your computer. It's a lot of, mental work. You shouldn't charge real cheaply for those. I don't think so anyway. I don't. If somebody doesn't want to pay that much for mine, I'm okay with it. I understand, but I'm just not gonna not get paid for my work. I stopped doing that. I used to do that all the time. I used to feel guilty and not charge people for things, and then I wasn't making any money. So it, here we go on the money talk again. That's the hardest thing about making mums and selling mums is how much to charge. And for all these little pieces that go on it, all these different things, it's the hardest. It's one of the most asked questions I get. How much do you charge for a mum? And that is such a generic question. How much do you charge for a mum? Not how much do you charge for a mini mum or how much do you charge for a double mum? How much do you charge for a mum? And I always tell people, I don't want to tell somebody, okay, I mean, you can't say that. First of all, I don't have a mum I'm looking at to tell you how much that would cost. Secondly, this mum and this mum are going to cost two different things. And then, Jamie makes mums, Connie makes mums, TJ makes mums, Miss K makes mums, so many of you make mums. I can't say, well, Robin needs to charge this much, but TJ needs to charge this much. I'm not going to do that either. I tell people, go to my Etsy shop, look and see what I'm charging, but keep in mind that it includes shipping, that it includes Etsy cost and shipping costs, not just the charge, not just the price for shipping, but I have this expensive label maker, I have a scale, I have tape, I have tissue paper, I have all this stuff that I have to use with that. And then so there's like four different Etsy fees. Four. Four different Etsy fees. So you have to consider that as well. And then, but look at everybody, I say just go to like Etsy and search moms and look what other people are charging and then see what you're comfortable with. You have to be comfortable with what you're charging. Yes, Connie. So, and yes, exactly. I'm in a room in my house. You have a separate building. I mean, yeah, you have to think about that kind of stuff too. And your area, because, I'm in a rural area. Connie, I mean, I don't know if your area is really rural, but, what people can afford to pay. You have a she shed. I want a she shed, but it would have to be a bigger she shed. Yes, okay. Yeah, I mean, I know there's some areas where people come buy really expensive mums for their kids, and that's great, but not everybody can do that. So you really have to make your mums towards what your, area is like too. Maybe you want to make some big, huge, fancy mum, but people in your area are not buying that. So just what you're comfortable with, what they can afford, and then try to work around that. That's my best advice. Oh, that's not too far away. That's awesome. Yeah, there's that I have found. There's not any like that around here. I'm sure there is. They just haven't come to me yet. I don't know about them, and they don't know about me. When it comes to selling local too, it's all about, people referring you too. I thought somebody was pulling in. Sorry. I got my blinds open. I can't even imagine charging $400 for a month. But somebody may want one day that's, big. Can you say hi? Can you say hi? Will you stop with your giant paw? What are you doing? Yes, exactly, Connie. Yeah, I've run into that too. Yes, me too, Jamie. Me too. Miss Connie said hi. Yeah, I've run into that too. I always wanted to do cheaply for the people in the area, a lot of people, especially like for the single moms and stuff, but and then like I have one that has been buying from me since the first year I made, and my mom's gotten better every year, and but I didn't go up very much for her, and she's a single mom of two girls, so she would get two moms, but I would tell her, um, she was always referring me to people and stuff like on Facebook and everything, and I'd say, please don't tell anybody what I'm charging you, because it may be different for them. And she just laughed. But I mean, you may have to do that with people. You may have to say, please don't tell anybody what you pay for your mom. I hate doing that, but or they may want more stuff and think that they can get it for that price. So you run into that kind of stuff too. Yeah, that's what I like to do. Please don't tell anybody what, you're one of my first customers, so yeah, you get a special rate. You get that special stick with me all these years rate. I woke up with the worst sore throat this morning. It was just on this one side, which I thought was so weird, but I drank some hot tea and it went away. I don't know what it is about hot tea, but when I have a sore throat and drink hot tea, it goes away. But 5 o'clock, I came back and I drank some more tea, but all I had was chamomile. So I'm like, really, if you've noticed, I'm just kind of like dragging, and it's partly because of that tea. But it helps my throat. It makes it feel so much better. But don't tell my carnivore people, because I did put a couple of drops of honey in it and a splash of milk. Well, the milk was sugar free. It was that unsweetened almond milk. But that's the only way I can drink tea. It's like a splash of milk and a couple of drops of honey. Coffee fixes everything. I don't believe you. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's different too. And that's kind of hard too when they give you stuff, because you're like, okay, so am I just charging them for the time? Oh, really? Oh, yeah. See, loyalty will get you a lot too. I think it should anyway. If you stick with somebody for a long time, I mean, especially when they start out and, you know, you're just learning and they still trust you to do it every year and watch you get better and better, you just don't feel right about charging them a lot. Or I don't. But I have no more big ones right now. Kind of happy for the break on that. But they're all return customers. I've got a wrist mum, a tiny peewee, a blinged mini. Both of those have custom cutouts too. And then a ring mom. She was a return customer as well. So everybody that I've gotten orders from, except for that black and gold one that I got really early, they're all return customers from last year or the year before. Every one of them. I don't blame you, Connie. Especially if they're that loyal. Good grief. I wanted to learn how to decorate cookies so bad. And me and my daughter would do like sugar cookies and gingerbread cookies at Christmas, and we would try to decorate them, but they just looked a hot mess. See, I can make mums, but that doesn't mean I can decorate cookies or, do so many other things that other people can do well. I love looking at decorated cookies, though. I think they're so cute. I'm watching people decorate cakes and cupcakes. Sometimes I'll get on YouTube just to like zone out and I'll watch people decorate that kind of stuff. I know. Probably if you could teach me, but now that I don't eat that stuff, I don't know if I want to be making it. All right, Robin, you have a good weekend too. Bye. I hope this video was somewhat informative. I know it's not great picture quality, but it's the best I could do. Drinking that water like crazy because I can still throat. Oh, I appreciate that, Connie. Thank you. So I'm gonna be working on these mums this week or this next week. So I don't know what I'll be working on Friday, but definitely we'll try to do some making in the live stream. Oh wow. Yes, fingers crossed. They start coming in on Etsy in August. It seems like every year, like at the beginning of August, I'm always like, okay, the orders are not coming through like I think, and then all of a sudden they will hit. And I don't know about, every year is different. This year, financially is not as great for people. So I don't know how that's going to affect mom business for everybody. We'll just have to see. But definitely after school starts, you should start seeing some mom orders on Etsy and Facebook. And people are starting, like, I'm selling more like mom supplies than anything right now for the people that are going ahead and making their mums. But people usually wait till after school starts and they start finding out about this stuff. Oh, here's when homecoming is, so I need to order. But be careful of those people that want you to make something rush order and don't want to pay you for a rush order and want it really, really soon. Just be careful of all that, Jamie. I don't know if you've ever shipped mums before, but I always try to ship it like the Friday before. I know there are some that will ship the Monday. And well, that first year, there was a couple that I had to ship out the Monday, 4 days before, and they got theirs, but it's still really scary. I want it in the mail, priority mail or FedEx the Friday before, Saturday at the latest, just in case anything happens. Yeah, I used to put out signs and stuff, and I would get some orders from the signs, but like last year, my husband asked, and I said, "Mm-mm, I don't need them. I don't need these local orders. If I get some local orders, that's great, but I don't need them." I was so booked up. Last year was the busiest year in Etsy for me. I think we did put the one out by our road, so anybody that passed by, they'd know that I'm still making them. But I honestly did not want a lot of local orders. And they tend to wait till like the last 2 weeks before is like for them is early ordering, a week before, and then usually the week of. A lot of my local people, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday night. Can I get a mom? Yeah. Don't you have any pre-made? Ah! So that is, I think ours is September 23rd. I think that's the date. And this year I allowed for a little bit, like on Etsy, like I tried not to make it is like allow as many like before that or that week or something. That way I have a little bit more time for those local people. Oh, just the pre-made ones. Well, somebody might message you and ask you if you can make one too, though. But I'm sure those will start selling. It's just not, it's just starting. Yeah, I used to do make up a lot of backers in advance too, like especially for our local ones. And that was, and so I used to be able to make some up very quickly, and I think they kind of got spoiled to that, but I don't do that as much anymore because it just takes up so much room and I have to store all that stuff. But I used to make up so many braids and chains, and I would make up backers and just a lot of stuff. So I would be, and even I would make up some backers with the ribbon streamers, just like the white ribbon streamers. And actually, that's a good idea to do. And I haven't done that this year, but like, mid size. But then again, you're like mid size, 24-inch, 30-inch. Which sizes do I do? But that just saves a little bit of time, have some of that made up. Whatever works for you. I have a few braids laying around, but that will help a little bit. I honestly wanted to make a few more, but I just felt like I never had time. And I made up I have all those ribbons that I put homecoming on, so those, I'll be able to grab those. I've got them in all different colors, so that would be one thing that I pre-made, and they're in different sizes. Yeah. Well, I never knew though, like people weren't consistent every year. They may order from me like every other year or every 3 years, or um, maybe a mom of a boy ordered, but then the next year they're not with that girl anymore, and they don't have a girl, and so they don't want to do one. You know what I mean? So I never knew. Some years I would do almost all garters, and then the next year it would be all girl. I just never knew. Somebody's going to start hearing about you locally, TJ, and they're going to want you to do a triple 30-inch, 36-inch something, and it's going to be funny. You're going to be like, ah, but you can do it. I know you can. Just do one a little bit longer every year, and you'll get it. I'm surprised that you don't get local orders unless you just don't advertise it at all. Well, I'm gonna get off here, y'all. It's 8:41. I don't know, what's it been 2 hours probably? I have to put the chickens up and take the dogs out, and it's dark. Yeah, that's the hard part. Kind of learn as you go kind of thing and look at everybody else's listings and see what they do, and that kind of helps you to like figure out what you want to do. This light looks weird to me. I hope so. I hope it helps you do those custom cutouts because I want to see them. I want to see you do some. But like I said, just do some basic ones at first. Don't like try to do too much with all, like the splicing and stuff. Do some sports balls or some megaphones with one offset or two offsets. Just something simple where there's not a lot of pieces and stuff like that, so you don't stress yourself out. That's my suggestion to anybody that's starting out on these. See somebody's awesome monogram with all these curls and stuff and try to do that and then get it all freaked out and upset because it doesn't turn out right. Start small, start simple. Not necessarily small because smaller ones are even harder, but simple. Start out simple. It does not feel like Friday night, you guys. My husband asked me, "Are you doing a live today?" And I was like, "Is it Friday night?" And I may still do some on Wednesdays. It just depends what's going on. Yeah, I've done a couple of monogram. The one last year that was black, white, and gold. I was really proud of that monogram. I thought it looked really good. It was really big, but it didn't look like ridiculous on it. It was a little bigger than what I had anticipated, but I thought it looked really good, and I was proud of the way it looked. But I noticed that on Canva, or not Canva, um, Design Space, they have a monogram down here. See that? All the way at the bottom under upload, there's monogram. I don't remember that being there at the beginning. It may have been, but there's all these options for monograms, and you can pick which design you like, and there's modern, elegant, handwritten, and vintage. So you can do a monogram. I'm gonna pick elegant. Those don't look too elegant to me. I want something really curly. But that should help do a monogram. And then you just put your initials up here, like and they give you all these options down here of which ones to pick. So I've got to play around with that. Move that out of the way. The only thing is it cuts them so far apart. I want them like attached, but look how pretty that one is. Look how pretty the font is. Oh, well, usually they want Oh, that one's not right either. I didn't do that one right. I was trying to do my daughter's initials. I didn't do it right. So usually the last name is in the center. So it's first initial, last initial, and then middle initial. But they may want it differently. They may want it in a row, you know, like first, middle, and last. So you have to find out. But if you're doing it where the big letter is in the middle, that's supposed to be the last one, the last name. That's what I'm thinking, but I really need to play around with it. I think I just need to do, you know, a monogram like my daughter's initials or something just to like show one. Yeah, I need to play around with it because I want them all like attached where the curls are kind of attached to each other, where you can weld them together. Oh, that's weird. I'm like watching myself. There's like 3 of me. Okay, like I said 5 or 6 minutes ago, I always do this. I need to get off here. I hope you all have a good weekend, and I hope this video was helpful. If it was, please give it a thumbs up. That helps me out so much, and share my videos with whoever you can. Hey, Miss K. Thompson. It's one of the ones that are in my room, the glue setting right now. She ordered a custom cutout for a sash mom, so it's a name and it's big. It's so awesome. It's so awesome, y'all. So, so pretty. 3 layers, the girl's name. The R was not connected to the rest of the name, but because like I showed you guys, when you try to squish the name all together where it's all touching and weld it together, sometimes the rest of the name gets too close together and you don't like the look of it. So sometimes, you know, you have to adjust that, but so we left the R separate and the rest of the name is all connected, but it turned out really, really pretty. But I think it's probably the biggest custom cutout I've made so far. It's it's over 11 inches. It's under 12 inches, as close as I could get it to as big as I could get it, but it's it keeps probably changing your word. Perfect. We know you're trying to say perfect. Thank you. I appreciate that though. Yeah, I glued it together this morning. It's on the dresser with books on it and it's gonna set overnight. And then so it'll probably ship out to you Monday. Yeah, Monday I'll probably box it up tomorrow. I have a thin box too that I think will work. I'm looking at it right now. I think that will be perfect for it. Keep it protected, but it's wide enough, long enough. So yeah, that's exciting. Did you send me your address? I hope you did. I'll have to look again, make sure it's in there. If not, email me your address again. So I don't have to dig. I hate looking through all those old emails. The way Google Mail comes through when you do several conversations, it's so hard to find the conversations. Okay, yeah, please do. How else am I going to get it to you? Yeah, I wish I could show everybody that one. It's so awesome. I'll have to try and remember to take a quick video or something of it so everybody can see it, like outside with the sun hitting it so it really sparkles. I used that silver that I got at Michael's that had like it catches kind of like rainbow colors in it. I don't know how else to describe it. It's silver, but it catches some other colors. It's like extra sparkly. I don't know. It's so pretty. I only had 2 sheets of that, so I used one of those special sheets for you. I can hear you. That's okay. Jamie was yelling at me earlier because I wasn't doing something right. She was yelling at the computer and I couldn't hear her. It's kind of holographic. Like I don't know how else to describe. It's almost like it's got a sprinkle of holographic sequins in it or something. Not sequins, but glitter. It's hard to describe, but it's really like extra sparkly. So it's silver, but then it also has some specks that catches other colors like holographic. It's just really, really pretty. I know I showed it in a Michael's haul when I went and got all that stuff, but you'd have to find that video and look at it. but I will try to get like some good pictures of it in video so you can see what I'm talking about. Yeah, me too. I need to get to bed. You're so welcome, Miss Connie. I hope this helped Connie, and I hope it helps anybody else. If not, please, I'm sorry if this video was boring for you, if this didn't help you at all, but I'm sure I've got other videos that will help you. Again, thanks so much for watching, everybody. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate you giving me the thumbs up. I appreciate you sharing and commenting, but please be kind with those comments. They do, I am a real person. They do affect me when you're rude. And from now on, I've decided, and I've been just blocking people if they're rude. If they're rude, if they're, just being a jerk, I just block them. It still kind of hangs with me for a while, but at least nobody else can read that nastiness. So, oh, good. I want to see. Send me pictures. So if this is your first time watching, I appreciate you joining in. If you watch after this video processes, I appreciate you watching then, and I hope you can join a live. I'm trying to do them on Friday nights now. I'll still probably do some on Wednesday early afternoons if you want to catch me then. I upload new videos on Wednesday nights, usually around 8:30, almost every Wednesday. Every once in a while, there's not one. I do upload lots of shorts too, just to kind of show you what I'm working on, or some funny stuff, or just whatever, just to kind of keep in contact. And I always do posts, so check my community tab. I have memberships available if you want to become a member. I do accept tips if you want to tip me at any time. I have a Amazon store, and the links are in the description, so you can use that as an entry to Amazon and to purchase things, and I'll get a small commission. All that stuff helps me to grow and helps me to make videos, blah, blah, blah. You all know that stuff. If you can help me, if you can't, watching an ad or two here and there, like once a week, helps me to get paid from YouTube. So just whatever you can do, I appreciate each and every one of you so, so much. I hope y'all have a wonderful night, and anybody that watches this later, I hope you have a wonderful day. I will put some links up after this video processes. So right here, you can click on this and go to my channel. Right here is my most recent upload. Here is a playlist I think you will enjoy, and here is one more video that is best for you. It's called Best for Viewers. So whoever you are, they're going to pick a video that they think is best for you. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and have a wonderful night.